Superb. So first question, Kevin, a couple of weeks out now from your fight on the 27th of February. How has your camp been so far?
Man, camp has been really good, really good. I am at the point where, man, I'm just ready to get it over with. You know what I mean? I've put all the work in, and I'm kind of tired of being at the gym every day. You know, I've done all this stuff. I've put all the work in. So yeah, man, we're just gonna get through these next couple weeks, and man, I'm ready to perform.
Yeah. And let's very briefly talk about your last fight. A first round, 31-second submission win over Roosevelt Roberts. How
Indeed.
happy were you with that performance in your UFC debut?
I mean, I couldn't have dreamed it be any better. You know, it's spectacular. You know, like I mean, I've always known that I would make it here. I always have known that, you know, I've always known that I'd be here. But man, to go in and do it like that, I never dared to dream it be that good. You know, so man, great.
Your first win in the UFC and your teammates, Darek Minners, mirror each other in a way, don't they? Very, 60, I think Darek's was about 67 seconds, yours was about 31. Very
Yeah,
quick submissions.
yeah, yeah, man. Minner is no joke, man. I was in a bar in Vegas when he won, and I like am watching it on my phone, and I just stand up and start screaming, you know, and everybody like looks at me and gives me all these weird looks. Get out of here! My guy just won, you know. Yeah, man, super happy for him.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch him get down. He's getting down a week before I do, so it'll be great.
He actually said that the guys at Glory have got guys fighting from this weekend with Julian Marquez right the way to Zach Cummings at the 11th of April, I believe. So you,
Yeah, I think there's like a week gap. I think there's a week or maybe 2 week gap. I know that Grant Dawson fights March 20th, and I think there's a 2 week gap. And honestly, I'm trying to get a good win, and then I'm trying to fill that gap. I'm
yeah,
trying to fight again early April. So I would like to fill that gap, and then yeah, man, we're just gonna keep it rolling.
yeah. Let's just very quickly touch on your last fight again because it was overturned to a no contest. And I had
Yep.
to ask, how disappointing is that? Because you, to be quite candid, you won the fight and it's overturned outside the cage. How disappointing is that?
Yeah, I mean it's lame. Lame doesn't quite describe it. You know, I mean it's ridiculous. But to be honest, like the worst part of it is for me is since I technically didn't win, I don't get a pay bump for this fight. So I'm fighting at my starting thing, which that's like the worst part about it to me. You know what I mean? Because I won. We all saw it. It's on ESPN. I got paid like I won, but I can't make an extra couple grand because I technically didn't win. Like I think that's bullshit. You know what I mean? But whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna finish this kid impressively. I'm gonna bet on myself and make a boatload of money. And fuck it.
And something you mentioned then I wanted to bring up was your opponent, Alex Caceres. UFC veteran, I think he's had over 20 fights in the company. What is your opinion of Caceres as an upcoming opponent?
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. I've been a fan of his for years, man. I like him very much. I think he's a spectacular fighter. If he wasn't fighting me, I'd be cheering for him. You know,
Yeah,
but this is the name of the game, and I'm better than he is, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove it. And I am happy with the fact that I had a debut like I did. I went out there and I took somebody out quick, and now I'm going to take somebody out with the name. He, like you said, he's been in the game. I think he's been with the company at least for 10 years, like eight years at least. Like you said, he's got 20 fights. He's got a big name. A lot of people know who he is, and I'm going to take that name and I'm going to make it mine. And I'm going to take all his fans. And I mean, that's what I'm going to do. You know, this is my next step into being a superstar. You know, which that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to stop until I have a belt around my waist and everybody in the world knows my name.
superb. Can I ask, who do you think is stylistically a harder matchup for yourself? Roosevelt Roberts or Alex Caceres?
I mean, I would say while it didn't appear that way, Roberts, you know what I mean? Like just going into I had to go up a weight class. I took the fight on a day's notice. You know, like I mean, we were prepared for war. I fully intended going into that fight that was going to be a slugger, and you know, I knew I'd win, but I didn't think I'd win like that. You know. I'm not taking anything away from Caceres. Like I said, man, I've been a fan of his. Like I think he's a superb fighter. But my fighting style is what you need to beat that kid. You know, and I think as soon as I can get my hands on him, I think the odds severely tip in my favor. You know, so yeah, so I mean, definitely Roberts, I would say, and you know, I mean, you know, not that I got lucky, you know, in that, but I mean, you know, it turned out that way, you know. I think this one probably it will go a little bit longer, you know, but hopefully not much longer.
Hopefully not, no. Now, let's just very briefly touch on your gym, Glory MMA and Fitness, and head coach James Krause.
Yeah.
Firstly, how long have you been training at that gym?
About 4 years.
And why did you make the move to James and Glory? And how much do you think you have improved under his tutelage?
Uh, I was living in Albuquerque. I'm from Columbia, Missouri, which is like 2 hours away. And I was living in Albuquerque for like 8 years or so, and I like kind of decided to come back home. And I mean, there's no question about where to train at if you're around here, you know. So I knew I'd come here. I mean, I've known James for 13, 14 years. We started as amateurs together. So, I mean, we've known each other, and, you know, we've had a decent relationship. And, yeah, man, I mean, my game has gone up significantly. James, I always had a lot of skills. They were all kind of scattered. I was good at this and good at this and good at this. And James just really helped me systemize my game, and so now I know what to do. I know where I'm going everywhere I am. It's like he just gave me a really good roadmap for where I'm going, you know, and what I have to do. And I mean, that's probably what he's the best at, is systemizing people's games. And yeah, I am beyond thankful to be with him. And you know, I mean, it's definitely completely changed my life. Our relationship has completely changed my life, and I owe him the biggest debt that can never be repaid. And man, I'll follow him to the ends of the earth.
Superb. He's a very good fighter, but he's starting to become a very, very good coach. Can I
Indeed.
ask, we're over a dozen guys in the UFC now, or fighters in the UFC under Glory and James. Do you think James is getting the credit he deserves as a head coach?
Well, not yet, you know. I think, I know they did like he didn't get the Coach of the Year award, which he should have, you know, but I mean, I think a few people gave it, you know, there's like smaller subsets that gave it to him. Yeah, man, he's starting to, but not quite yet. But he will, man. Like, we're not stopping. Like you said, I feel like we got like 15 people on the roster right now. You know, I mean, we just got the best people around, and it's not stopping. We got a bunch of killers, and we got a bunch of killers coming up. So, I mean, yeah, he totally will be known as the best coach in the world. It might just take another year or so.
Yeah, superb. Now, final question, Kevin, because I do know that you are busy. What happens February 27th? Give me a prediction for your fight against Alex Caceres.
Yeah, I go out there and I catch him on the feet, and whether I finish it with hands or a submission, I end it in 2.
Ends it in 2.
Fight does not go to the 3rd round.
Can I ask, is that the bet that you're going to be placing? Because you did mention you are putting a lot of money on a bet.
I don't know if I'm going to do an over under, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely placing a bet for sure.
Superb. Well, it was great talking to you this afternoon. Before we finish, how can people find you on social media?
Instagram and Twitter, Kevin Croom _UFC. Follow my YouTube channel, Kevin Croom. I got weekly vlogs coming out following my camp for my fight. Please like and subscribe that. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, man, thank you for having me on. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Is there anything else you would like to say or sign off with at all before we end?
Man, I want to thank my management, Iridium Sports Agency, Joe Wooster, Jason House. Thank Onyx Fight Gear, HKA Fight Gear, and yeah, man, Glory MMA, all my teammates, Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson's my dude, man. I'm pumped to see him fight. I'm pumped to see all of our teammates fight. Julian's going down this week, so make sure you tune into that. And yeah, man, thank you.
Thank you too, Kevin.
Right on.